The Truman Show: Truths About Sore Souls. The one movie which I think best depicts the sore soul condition is The Truman Show, starring Jim Carrey. Because this movie does not have the violence other movies depict, its message is clearer and more direct. Movie synopsis: The Truman Show is about a man whom, as a baby, was adopted by a corporation and is imbued in an environment by which, unbeknownst to him, he is the star of a reality TV show. As such, his whole life is scripted, and those around him merely actors, including his family. At some point in his life, he begins to find anomalies within his reality and embarks on a fearless pursuit to uncover the truth. Within this context, a love interest looms in the background, fueling his desire to escape his contrived reality. In the end, he risks his life and is released. Ownership. It is clearly stated in the movie that Truman is owned by a company or legally adopted by one. As such, his father or owner is played by Ed Harris, who is in the key role as Christoph. This man manages Truman's reality and controls every aspect of it. In essence, Christoph is merely a man running a business. This clearly refers to the sore soul's condition of being nothing more than a product managed by others. It is my contention that sore souls within the Matrix are not born to real parents. They have been kidnapped from their homeland and forced to live a pseudo-reality by those who hunted them and now claim them as their property. Much proof exists in our reality of our ownership. However, our birth certificates clearly depict this, as they are mandatory to have, and these are signed by the state, not our parents. A virtual reality. Truman is shown sleeping within the movie often, and this is projected onto a large screen. This alludes to his comatose vegetative condition and to his whole reality taking place within his mind. The idea that there are thousands of cameras placed all around him alludes to the virtual reality context of his life. Actors and scripts. It is clearly depicted in the movie that Truman is the only person living a real life. Everyone interacting with him are merely actors, including his parents, his best friend, and his wife. These actors all conspire to keep Truman ignorant and functioning within the artificial social milieu that is profit-driven. These individuals follow clear scripts and aim to fulfill their various agendas by interacting with Truman and nudging him in various directions. This is what is happening with sore souls. As they live within their mind prison, their interactions are strategically played by entities playing the various parts, prompting them to think and act in a certain way. This is your reality as a sore soul. Trauma and fear. To keep sore souls consenting to live in the Matrix under the false reality, their memories must be wiped pre-birth as well as throughout the course of their life. This is no easy feat, as sore souls can unlock suppressed memories. Therefore, their masters use all types of fear-mongering and traumatizing events to keep the sore souls from remembering who they are. This is evident in The Truman Show, as his father is killed in a fake boating accident, which inadvertently makes Truman feel responsible for his father's death. This also had the effect of creating in him a phobia related to water and all water activities. This is a clever strategy, as individuals are kept within trauma. They do not question the nature of their condition and spend their lives locked in ignorance. Most sore souls have undergone many traumas, the key ones during childhood, where they experienced some horrific event or were abused. There are also social traumas, such as the 9/11 event and the various homicides and false flag operations occurring within society and reported on the news. Note that the word Truman can look like trauma without the N. This name is also allegorical for a man living within trauma. Time manipulation. Sore souls live in a reality in which time is manufactured. It is an accelerated timeline in which the days and nights run in quick cycles as measured by a 24-hour clock. The sun rises and sets as per scheduled intervals, as is the moon. These are all controlled, as is the weather. This is indicated in the Truman Show when the control station creates a gale while Truman is on the boat, capsizing it, and the sun is made to rise when Christoph demands it. As such, the moon is an artificial construct, an orb designed to create the illusion of night and to influence the behavior of those under it. In the Truman Show, the moon is a central control station, managed by individuals controlling Truman's daily life. The clown. Truman seems clownish from the way he acts to the style of his clothing. This was done because the creators of the show wanted to mock the source soul, alluding to him being the fool, the butt of the joke. A good example of this mockery is in a shot by which the camera is pointed directly at Truman's butt while he is in the flower garden. Much mockery is made of source souls by their masters and others who watch. This is because source souls are powerful beings and larger in stature compared to their captors. This is depicted when Truman is shown as a green giant sleeping while controllers walk in front of the screen. This alludes to the source soul's true grandeur. Therefore, having such a being captive and fooled is a great accomplishment for their masters and a source of great amusement. Love Bond. This movie also clearly depicts a love bond between Truman and his ex-female cast member. This woman becomes a strong motivator for Truman's awakening. He tries to go to Fiji, where he was told she was going to be, and he aims to put together her image through magazine clippings. This alludes to the condition of most source souls, feeling extremely lonely and pursuing illusions of their lost soulmates, whom they left behind in their homeland. It is this displaced desire which keeps most source souls consenting to remaining in the Matrix, as they harbor a deep desire to return home. Leaving the Matrix. Though Christoph states that Truman can leave his make-believe reality anytime he wants, in fact, it isn't as simple as that. Truman had to demonstrate a relentless desire to do so. He did this by confronting his fears and risking his life. This is what source souls must do if they want to exit the Matrix earlier than their scheduled time. Truman had to risk everything and was in essence killed by his master, Christoph. His boat was capsized and then flipped over. This was the symbolic killing of Truman's alter ego, his fake self, and the awakening of his real self. Note that he only bumped into the dome after the boat was capsized. Slip-ups. There were several slip-ups with Truman's reality, such as a satellite falling on the street, an elevator showing a backstage studio, and a police officer knowing his name. Slip-ups also occur within a source soul's life, and these are dangerous for our masters, as any slip-up can trigger our awakening. Within your life, you may have noticed strange events you couldn't explain or notice people behaving strangely out of character. I'll provide a personal example here. A fish spawning event occurs in a stream near my home every year. Thousands of sockeye salmon swim upstream to spawn and then to die within this breeding ground. Their offspring return to the sea and return the next year to spawn. However, one year I observed that there were no salmon in that same stream at a time when hundreds should have been there, spawning. My decision to go there was very spontaneous, and I believe I caught my masters off guard. Spontaneity. Spontaneity is something our masters don't like. This is the key reason they have repetitive events and people performing repetitive tasks. Many of these people are not real. They are avatars. Truman noticed this when he pointed out to his wife the repetitive actions of a yellow beetle, the car, and a man delivering flowers. This was also the reason why Truman couldn't just go to Fiji or any other place out of a spontaneous impulse. Within the real Matrix, source souls' lives are carefully scripted, and only those events prescribed to them can be executed. If a source soul wants to do something outside the pre-designed script, then all types of barriers will emerge, including fear tactics such as fires, plagues, and roadblocks. You'll notice within your life many synchronies, and you may think, wow, what coincidences. But these were all planned out for you, as you are given a few options at any one given time. However, you must be monitored in and outside the matrix to ensure that you are taking these options. This is why Truman felt observed and followed on a regular basis. He wasn't being paranoid, he was merely noticing what had always been there. Family planning and breaking of a soul. Establishing a family is a key strategy used to break source souls. It's a way to bind them to the matrix and to living the life their masters designed for them. Once a source soul has children and grandchildren, they are motivated to live long lives and accept false reincarnation cycles, as this binds them to a solid lineage within the matrix. This is why Truman is set up to marry Marilyn, an actress prostitute. She often pressures him to have a family by wanting to have a baby. Truman resists this, though he is unaware of the occult plan. His fake mother is brought in to review his family photo album to further pressure him. Backstage celebrations and stressors. Our masters celebrate when their enslaved source soul adheres to their plans and reaches important milestones. This was evident in their backstage celebrations when Truman was set up to reunite with his father. A similar celebration probably occurred when he got married and got his first job. However, at times, Truman resisted and at one point tried to escape. As a result, much backstage stress and conflicts emerged. This was an interesting glimpse into their machinations, because they can shape and persuade, but they can't control all aspects of the source soul's life. This is encouraging, as source souls resist. At times their masters become desperate and make mistakes, further fueling the source soul's awakening. A domed enclosed world. The beginning of the movie refers to Truman's prison as the largest enclosed studio. It is a dome structure. I contend that our reality exists within a similar dome structure by which the source soul industry and an adjoining civilization exist. Dumbed down people. Within the movie, people outside the matrix seem totally dumbed down, and this indicates that there is a real civilization running alongside the matrix. These individuals are the consumers of materialism who live in a capitalistic system and enjoy reality TV shows. They are fed as entertainment Truman's mind reality, which they can only observe through a TV screen designed to manipulate them with product placement. This, unfortunately, is a powerful truth pertaining to source souls, as their mind reality is projected onto screens by their masters. In essence, the source soul's mind can be viewed as a computer being stimulated and plugged into technology, so it becomes a digital reality for those interacting with it. A dumbed-down population does not question such a reality, as they too are captives within their own prison system. God Jesus. Christoph introduces himself to Truman as, quote, the creator of a TV show, end quote. He pauses after the word creator to allude to his Christ status, a derivative of the name Christoph. It also affirms the notion of Jesus, as Truman is the Jesus of the Christ child who returns to his Christ Father at the end, by which he is resurrected from the dead and walks on water. In essence, all source souls can be symbolized by the Jesus metaphor, by which they have been born to a virgin, as Truman had no known biological parents, and sacrificed for the benefit of others, made to endure unimaginable pains, find themselves surrounded by false friends, and like Jesus, they too will not die, but resurrect, awake into another reality, and leave the matrix entirely. In the end, Truman realizes he is still very much alive within a new context. He bows to his audience and says his three-part goodbye, as a way to concede to the fact that he now realizes he has been playing a scripted role. This is most likely how source souls will feel when they die within the matrix and wake up within their true bodies. They will understand that they have been manipulated to live a dream reality where they themselves played characters with different identities.